Welcome to selfdiscoverywisdom.com, formerly known as Self-Discovery Media. On these podcasts, you're going to hear people who speak from the heart. They've taken the journey in life. Many things have happened to them, but they've changed it to happening for them. And in their strength, their courage, they've discovered their abilities and their wisdom, and they are now sharing it here with you. Do enjoy each show. We bring it to you with love and knowing that it's going to help you on your journey of life. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another show of Sarah's View of Life right here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. Well, I've had a pretty rough week in the past couple of weeks. I turned 70 on the 6th of October, having a wonderful weekend with my family and my son's celebrating his 40th coming up. All of it absolutely wonderful. And then I went and got bronchitis again and took a week to try and find a virtual doctor to give me a prescription, and now another week to recover. So kind of here in my 70s, it's been a bit rough in that first couple of weeks, but that doesn't mean it has to stay that way. It's the overcoming, isn't it? You know, we have battles upon battles upon battles, but how do we face them? How do we step up to them and manage them so they don't manage us? I find that every time there's another challenge and you go, oh God, do I have the energy for this? But we do, because we know the only way to resolve anything is to go through it, go through the process. That's the only way to come out the other end. So I had to take the medicine and rest as much as I could and get through this. And it's still on the journey, but it will pass. And that's the thing about it. But you know, we're at this huge crossroads at the present moment. You know, voting is going on here in Canada provincially. You've got the voting in a couple of weeks in the States. Everybody's feeling rather volatile. You have Iran and Israel trying to kill each other, Israel trying to kill and annihilate Gaza. You've got unrest all around the world. You've got people in the States walking around with assault rifles and guns as if they think it's the Wild West. And it's like, everybody take a deep breath. This is a challenge we're facing at the present moment. This is a crossroads that we're facing at the present moment, and cooler heads need to prevail. Common sense needs to step in. Deal with what's in front of you right now, not the hysteria of the past or the hysteria of the fear of the future. We know what we need to do, and level heads need to be in place. I know how hard it is when faced with something. And believe me, I've recently gone through that where I had to face a massive decision and the consequences of that decision. And it wasn't easy. But funny enough, once I made it and started the process, I just felt a load off my shoulders. And at the same time, I realized it wasn't that hard. I think most of the time we get stuck facing challenges because we believe it will be hard. But I think once the mindset is there, I'm going to do this. I have looked at all the pros and the cons, and this is something I have to do. There is no other alternative, because the alternative, it does not serve me in any way. I have to make this move forward. And when we decide to do that, and we step up and we do that, then it becomes something that isn't so daunting, isn't so fearful. It's kind of navigating yourself through the rose bush, avoiding the thorns. Yeah, you might get a scratch or two. But when you come out the other side and you realize what a beautiful haven you're in of peace and just letting go, and I accomplished that, and a new platform is before me, a new canvas in which to paint on, then you realize that those challenges are actually here for us to discover the courage, the strength, the abilities, the tenacity, the resilience, the gumption, and on facing what needs to be done and getting through it to the other side. I don't know if anybody's read that book, Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson, MD. It was a metaphorical book that he brought about for people in the industry that were going through change. And some people do not like change, and some people relish it, and some people are just adjust to it. And the book is about two mice and two men that live around abundance of cheese, and one day the cheese is gone, and it's the reaction to the cheese gone. Highly recommend it. It's a short little book, and you go through it very, very quickly, but it's so apropos. I'm a true colors coach as well. Your four key personalities represented by color, and these align so well with these characters that are in there. And you have hem and ha, sniffy and scurry. And hem and ha are ones that are probably, least resistant. The scurry and sniffy, okay, the cheese is gone. I'm going to sniff around for more. I'm going to scurry around for more because clearly it ain't here anymore. Ha is in a bit of a panic. What do I do? I'm getting hungry. Where do I go? I just don't know which way to turn until eventually they realize I've got to move. Otherwise, I'm going to starve. And hem is give me back my cheese. Who do I sue? Who do I shoot? Who do I blame? And we'll stay there until they starve. Well, these are what challenges can do for us. We're facing a global challenge, peace versus war. We're facing a national challenge, Canada and America both going through elections. We're facing personal challenges, which way to go in life that will bring about personal abundance and equilibrium. So it's really, really important that we do know what our challenges are and how to resolve them. So challenges is something that we're always going to face. I've just done a show with wonderful Lee Lindauer, an author. I've had him on before. He's, written a couple of other books that we wanted to talk about. One based in the Bosnia horrific genocide, another one based in our water rights being stolen by Nestle's, but she doesn't call it Nestle's in the book. And, although he's written these stories, there's a fundamental of truth there. If we're not willing to see the truth and the facts, the the downright logistics of something, then we're not willing to do what we need to do in order to face those challenges and to change and to move forward. It's really quite essential that we look at what are we able to do? What can we do? What should we do in order to move forward and face the challenges in life? And I know, believe me, it can be so overbearing at times, and you just don't know what to do. You feel consumed by the challenge itself. And this is the time to take the back seat and sit back and take a deep breath. Just bring it in, let it out, and um, do not get so caught up in the turmoil of it that you can't think straight. We have to detach ourselves. One of the techniques I've done is I've watched a movie, watched a TV show, read a book, gone for a walk, removed myself from the situation so that when I come back at it, I can look at it more clearly. And if you come back at it not from the worry mind, but from the heart and soul connection, you will see what the solution is. And whatever that solution does that gets presented to you, it's going to be something that that makes sense. And when it makes sense, it's easier to do. When it makes sense is when it feels right with the heart and the soul and the spirit. And it's like, yeah, and intellectually or whatever, I would love not to do this, but I do have to do this to face this challenge. And this is the only way through to get to the other side. And with your soul intellect, your heart and your spirit intellect, along with your body at ease and your mind in clarity, you can face that challenge. And you'll be surprised of how much easier it is to get through it and accomplish what it is that you need to do to reach the other side and to start walking a new path. So, whatever your challenge is today, don't be afraid of it. Small, big, medium, you can't avoid it. You can't put your head in the sand. You can't turn your back on it. It'll only get bigger. We have to address it. And sometimes we can ask other people what they would do. And yeah, we can take that on. It doesn't mean you have to do it that way. It's like information. Sometimes, as I said, remove yourself from the situation and look at it from the outside in, not the inside out. And I'm saying the inside out of the worry being the inside, the panic of what needs to be the challenge itself. You can't choose or decide anything from inside the worry. So you need to step outside and look at the worry from the outside. And then you'll be able to see, I pull this thread, I pull that thread, I pull this thread, it will unravel and the challenge is faced. So We've all got the courage, we've all got the strength, we've all got the ability to do this. You just need to step up and face it and get on with it and do it. Because I promise you, if you do face it, listen, listen, truly hear, truly feel what it is you need to do, and then step into that action of doing it, you will get through it so much quicker and you'll go, just look what I've achieved. Look what I've done. Whew, a challenge that I didn't think I could overcome has been overcome. Look at the strength, the ability, and the courage that I had to do that. And in that strength, those abilities, and that courage take forth with you for anything else you have to face down the road. So until next week, folks, I hope that you face all of your challenges with that courage, strength, and ability by stepping out, looking in at the challenge from the outside in, encompassing your soul, your heart, your spirit, and the clarity of mind, and allowing yourself to go through the process and come out the other end. So until next time, bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Just go to the podcast tag at the top there and you will see all the many genres and all 3,000 shows ready for your listening. We are here to serve you, to help you on your journey of life, and we know that through inspiration it begets invitation. We are supported by you, the listeners, and those that we interview. Anything that you can spare us in donation would be greatly accepted, and we do hope that you enjoy the next show.